change the caliper. Hardly any money coming in. I came up with this idea that I would try to sell memberships. When I got out of when I got off at 10, I would try to call people and get some kind of sales thing going so that maybe we could get more people in the gym. So I drove out to my friend's house way on the other end of New York, just about, and I was doing an oil change and just puttering around on the engine. I started tightening for some strange reason, I was maybe stressed, I was tightening the valve cover gasket on the top. And you're only supposed to keep them snug and not go too far, and for some reason I went too far and I snapped one of the top bolts off. And when that happens, it doesn't make a seal anymore, and it was lifting off. And I thought it would be fine. I tried everything. I was late for the sales meeting, and I tried drilling it and all kinds of things, and I couldn't drill through. And I gave up, and I just said, I need to get home now, thinking that nothing would happen. And halfway down the road, I noticed some smoke, and I pulled over at a car wash, and all the oil was pushing out of that crack, and it was getting on the manifold cover and burning, and I was just I think I totally wigged out at that point. And I had to pull into the car wash and spray it off with the hose, and try to get to my first thought was to get to an auto parts place and buy some kind of gasket seal, which worked for a couple of miles, and then it blew again, and I realized that something has to hold this better. And I had a paper route to do, and I didn't know what to do. I mean, I was putting tin foil on the manifold so it wouldn't get on there. And the solution I came up with, I went inside the gym and I pulled this drawer out, and there was a C-clamp in there that my friend Tony had bought for a different project and didn't use it, and I put the C-clamp on there and it closed it, and I did the paper out and the C-clamp is still there. So it's January, it's snowing, living in the gym. I don't know if I got seasonal affective disorder or not, but the snow is everywhere, and all I really wanted is to not be evicted and not be living there. I know it's only temporary at this point, but I don't have any money saved, nothing. I owe everyone money, and I have a job that's every 2 weeks. I get paid bi-weekly, so that's screwing up paying people back quickly, and I'm just trying to live a day at a time at this point in mid-January, and just searching for any piece of money-making thing that I can, and asking people. I'm reading the paper every day. I'm trying to not stay angry, and I'm trying to be connected and find out, keep up what's going on in the world. And one thing I did notice about being in that gym is I'm a musician mostly, and I wasn't playing in a band. My band was just like not functioning. We weren't playing out. We had the drummer wasn't even sure if he wanted to play with us anymore. He was working with this other thing that wasn't making sense to any of us, and I'm known for my musicianship, and everyone's like, oh, are you playing in a band? Are you playing in a band? And always feeling like I should be looking or playing, and I decided that's it. I want to play. I'm going to play on my own, and I think I put money down on a drum machine and a guitar on layaway. That's how broke I was, but I was excited because I might actually get to do something that I like to do in the midst of all this. And you know, it's a family business I'm working for, and it's sort of like a dysfunctional mess. And then I was sort of interested in screenwriting at the time, and I was thinking, you know, that's a good way maybe to make a lot of money if you sell a screenplay. So I'm learning how to screenwriters write, and reading articles about screenwriters, and you know, I'm realizing that we're now in a time that the story's taking a back seat. That it's everything is like Hollywoodized. So I'm like, okay, great. You know, if I'm gonna make money, I almost can't have integrity, because no one will buy my story and they'll want to change it. And I'm just like, I'm starting to lose my mind, because like I feel like the world has just totally changed. Like, all the music that I had listened to was classic rock and 80s metal, and I was not hip on the new stuff, and I actually despised a lot of the new stuff, like hated it. And living in the gym, I was exposed to it every single day, to the point where I had to go to the grocery store next door and buy a set of earplugs because I hated it. So I was trying to pad my walls with insulation, so that or put headphones on so I wouldn't hear. You know, I hate Drake. Some Lady Gaga I can tolerate. Rihanna, just a couple of her songs, but for the most part, it was just torture to me, and I hated it. And I couldn't understand why everyone likes this music, this Enrique Iglesias, and I just hated it. And it's sort of, that's what the owner wanted to play in the gym all the time. So I became like the Incredible Hulk. I was just so angry, like that was the tip of the iceberg.